Some people feel instantly calmer in an uncluttered space. Clear surfaces, open rooms, very few possessions. Others feel uneasy in the same environment and prefer abundance. Walk into a minimalist's home, and you might feel peace, or you might feel like something is missing. But for the person who lives there, every cleared surface and empty shelf represents freedom, clarity, control. Psychology shows this difference isn't about taste. It's about how the brain processes information. Some brains feel calm in abundance, others feel calm in simplicity, and that response isn't chosen consciously, it's neurological. So if you're someone who genuinely feels better with less, if you've never understood why other people accumulate so much, or if you've been called extreme for how little you own, this will explain what's actually happening beneath the surface. 1. Their brain is highly sensitive to mental clutter. For minimalists, physical clutter creates mental noise. Every visible object registers as something unfinished, a decision not made, a task not completed, a responsibility waiting. When you look at a cluttered space, your brain processes everything. Stacks of mail books you haven't read, decorations that need cleaning, clothes that need organizing, items you don't use but feel guilty discarding. Each one takes a small amount of mental bandwidth. For many people, that's fine. Their brain filters it out. But for minimalists, each object creates a micro-demand, a subtle sense of incompletion. Multiply that by hundreds of visible items, and the space becomes mentally exhausting. Not messy, demanding. Psychologists describe this as a high need for cognitive order. When information is reduced and structured, their stress drops and clarity increases. That's why decluttering feels so relieving. Every removed object reduces cognitive load. Clearing space literally creates mental space. Brain imaging studies show that cluttered environments activate stress responses more strongly in some people. Their cortisol levels rise in visually complex spaces and fall in simplified ones. This isn't preference, it's neurological comfort. And once they discover this, they structure their entire environment accordingly. That sensitivity often extends to digital clutter too. Emails, notifications, browser tabs. Minimalism becomes a lifestyle because simplicity improves how their mind functions everywhere. 2. They have a strong sense of personal control. People drawn to minimalism tend to believe their well-being comes from their own actions, not possessions. They don't expect purchases to fix discomfort. They trust habits, discipline, and internal effort. Psychology calls this an internal locus of control. Some people believe happiness comes from external things. Others believe it comes from choices they make. Minimalists fall into the second group. When they feel unsettled, they don't think, "What can I buy to feel better?" They think, "What needs to change internally?" Owning less reinforces autonomy. Every possession requires maintenance, time, energy, storage, attention. Reducing possessions means less dependence, more flexibility, fewer obligations, greater self-sufficiency. Minimalists understand that things don't create well-being. They offer temporary pleasure, not lasting satisfaction. So they stop looking outward for solutions. Each time they choose not to buy something, they reinforce a belief. "I don't need this. My happiness isn't for sale." This is why minimalism often aligns with discipline, routine, and long-term thinking. It's not deprivation, it's autonomy. 3. They prioritize experiences over possessions. Minimalists rarely define themselves by what they own. Their identity comes from experiences, skills, learning, and connection. Most people use possessions to signal identity. Minimalists don't. Ask them who they are, and they talk about what they do, where they've been, what they've learned, who they've connected with. Psychology consistently shows that experiences create longer-lasting satisfaction than material purchases. Objects fade. Experiences integrate. A couch wears out. A trip becomes part of who you are. Minimalists intuitively understand this. They'd rather invest in travel over furniture, classes over gadgets, concerts over decor. They may own little, but their inner life is full. Their spending reflects a value system where becoming matters more than having. Before acquiring something, they ask, "Will this become part of my life, or just sit in my space?" That question guides everything. 4. They think long-term. Before acting, minimalists naturally project into the future. Before bringing something into their life, they ask, "Where will this go? How long will I use it? What happens when I'm done with it?" Their brain automatically calculates the long-term cost of short-term pleasure. That future projection kills impulse buying because the temporary excitement isn't worth the long-term burden. This future-oriented thinking also shows up in other areas: career choices, financial planning, relationships, lifestyle decisions. They understand that every yes today creates responsibility tomorrow, so they say no more often, not from rigidity, but foresight.